A competitive car.
11th position on the racetrack, Mike, the Warren Cullen entry.
Yes, they've been able to pull themselves back up after the disaster in the sand pit with Brad Jones early in the race. Gary Sprague, co-driver today. Warren Cullen always prepares a Butte car, Super Salvage entry for this year's race. Of course, the man that was responsible for Alan Jones coming back to race at the mountain when he retired from Formula One. And I think with what's happening in Formula One, we might see Alan Jones back in touring car racing maybe in 87 or 88.
Seems to be a pretty strong suggestion that Alan, who's very disenchanted, frankly, with the power that he's getting from the new Formula One Ford engine, Cosworth Ford engine, and equally a bit disenchanted with the management of the team, is on his way back over here and probably will be looking at the World Touring Car Championship if he goes on. But you never know with Alan. He's quite likely to suddenly change his mind and turn up in something else, isn't he?
Yeah. The number 5 car, they're clawing their way back up through the field. Gracey still leading. Commodore continuing along pit straight here at Bathurst during the James Hardy 1000. The CIG entrant, number 18 car. It's had a hit in the front, carrying that all day, but still managing to continue along.
Well, they're back to about 24th spot on the track, Mike. They were up verging on top 10 earlier, but they've had a big crunch, and that's put paid, I think, to their chances. They couldn't, I don't think, get back anywhere near top 10 contention, but they're still out there and hanging in, determined to finish the race.
Okay, just a second ago, Brian Bolwell's 323 BMW finished upside down. Have a look at this.
Goodness.
Coming through the sand trap at the bottom of Conrod, just missing the Michel Delcourt car and winding up upside down. Just caught the aftermath of that. Just rocking away. The Kitten entries number 87, but Brian Bolwell okay and has stepped from the car. The other information we have, we're just checking out around the circuit that George Fury's car, now they got the Bolwell car back on all four, and a report in that George Fury's car sounded very, very much off song the last lap around. Fortunately for the marshals down there, they've been able to pull the car out of harm's way.
And the driver out of it safely and walking around, no problems there for him. Real mess, that one. And that's the end of the race. How many laps we've got to go? We're up to lap 141, so just 22 laps remaining.
Finnegan and Steve Williams, they go down the front straight onto Nissan Conrod straight.
The ranks are getting very thin. Into about the last 45 minutes. Look at the dirt, the oil, sand scattered across the road there from that mishap. Interesting piece of news, Mike. The 44 Volvo, John Bauer's car, has been retired from the race, but Bauer has stepped into the 42 entry.
Yes, I think they cross-entered for the race. They all spent time driving and sharing the cars. So at least John is going to see out the race. Yes, we have a report that Fury has driven the car into the pit area to the tent, waiting that confirmation. That is bad luck indeed for the Peter Jackson Nissan team. But the pressure now really comes on young Gary Scott and Terry Shield.
That's the Grillis marketing entry. Commodore driven by Ray Ellis and Kerry Bailey with the artwork on the front. And whilst they've had no major dramas, they haven't been quite on the pace today, but whether or not you're on the pace, staying out there is one of the things that counts in an enduro of these proportions. And they're looking for a top 20 finish anyway.
Yeah, one man who didn't stay out there was George Fury. We've got it confirmed. He's out of the race, as we told you. It was a diff that went on that car. Something that I don't think that had any problems with as such, but up and down the mountain puts a lot of strain there. And if you're leaping over those bumps coming down Conrod Straight, that's probably as good a reason as any that it's going to go bang on you.
Yeah, well, we saw from the camera in the car the way the cars do just pound dollars. The biggest possible dividend at this stage would be if John Harvey were to get up and beat Gricey with Dick finishing third, $7,000 there. But I haven't got any permutation for Gary Scott slipping by the two Commodores and winning.
Well, it's good to see the New South Wales Sports TAV operating again on the James Hardy. There's a lot of turnover there, obviously. And
some big dividends, I'll tell you.
Yeah, so the folks can stay at home, watch our international telecast and be able to follow their chances.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to back the Grice, Harvey, Scott combination. Having said that, I didn't.
Yeah. I was so busy I didn't get on any of them.
I must confess I did. I backed Dick and Jim Richards.
For sentimental reasons.
Quite right.
There's the Ellison Bailey Commodore 38. And just looking down the field, they're probably running in the...
Just outside the top 20.